Well, you know what? If you ask Darrell Patterson, he would tell you that he was born on December 13th. If you talk to his brothers, Darrell Patterson sprang onto the scene on December 13th. Well, I went up to McMinn County and talked to some of the people in Darrell's early life who know him the best. Darrell Patterson's broadcasting career began at the tender age of 5.
He had an RC case, an RC bottle for a microphone, and played records and made up his own commercials.
Well, of course, his brothers Panky and Bruno made fun of him.
Sure. Never did make fun of Darrell.
I did.
Oh, Darrell, Panky did, yeah.
Panky and Darrell were the two closest in age. Panky says he had good reason to make fun of his slightly older brother.
Okay, Mother always liked him best. So one year for Christmas, he wanted a tape recorder. And he convinced Mom that I wanted a tape recorder. So guess what we got for Christmas?
Panky says Darrell never would let him touch it. Darrell played defense on the McMinn County High School football team, and everybody remembers one game against Crossville and an offensive lineman named Lane Tollett.
Lane, he would come out and block for Kurt Watson, knock Darrell over every time. Darrell played defense.
Many years later, as adults, they met at a golf tournament.
And I said, Darrell, you remember him? This is Lane Tollett. Darrell said, well, I don't know if I recognize. Darrell said, wait a minute. So Darrell laid down in the floor and looked up. Now I recognize you. He said, this position I was in all that night over there.
But Darrell's first love was always broadcasting. One of his high school classmates, Don Robinson, remembers when they both worked at WLAR Radio in Athens, where one of the regular segments was reading the local obituaries.
And we would go over in the corner and act like we were making out or something like that, you know, to try to see if we could get the other guy to crack up on the air during the obituaries.
Don also remembers one day when Darrell was reading some news about Vietnam, and he mixed up the first letters of the words towns and cities.
Towns and cities. Yeah. Reversed.
Don was in his car outside the station, listening and laughing.
And so I sat down on the horn and just kept blowing it. And finally he got off the air and he came to the window and looked down and gave me a salute.
Don says it does not surprise him that Darrell later got on at WDOD Radio in Chattanooga and then at NewsChannel 9, where he would spend the next 39 years broadcasting the news he loved the most, sports.
And because of my Christmas present, I figure I'm deserving of half the credit. Anything he's ever done, half the credit gets to me. You remember that, Darrell?
Send money, Darrell.
Yeah, send money.
His brothers just can't wait for his retirement.
He's coming up here to play golf.
That's right.
I've got to find somebody up here I can beat.
But on a serious note,
Darrell, I love you very much, and you have done a great job.
Mom always liked you best, is all I can say. No, I love you, brother, and congratulations, and good luck.